Had to deal with a phone call, and this is going to be a short show. Good morning, Melody. Good morning, Terry. By now, Shop 59. How are you? Why is that doing that? I'm going to unplug this. Maybe that'll stop it. There we go. That was the solution. Allow to moderate. Hello. Good morning. Good morning to Peacock. How are you feeling? Sounds like you're not feeling that great. I hope you feel better soon. Good morning, Screaming Chicken Thrifter, Cock-a-doodle-doo, and Flora. Good morning. Hey, Weaver Treasures, how are you? Good morning, everyone around the house. How are you this morning? East Ender Resales, good morning. I also had a little bit of a delay because I needed to update the app. So there is a new update on both Android and iOS. So make sure that you double check to see if you've got the latest edition of whatnot. 13 with ADHD, good morning. Mimics, good morning. How are you? Nietzsche, good morning. And how is everyone doing? Chantel, hello. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. There's a lot of people came in. Pickles. Who else is here? I think I got everybody. If I haven't, hello, good morning. I love you. Sun is finally out. Yeah, it looks like it's a really lovely sunny day. It's beautiful there too. Awesome. It is really pretty out. It's warm. I like this temperature. If I could keep this temperature forever, that would be great. I would love it if it could just stay in the 70s and like up to the 80s, but then go like back down again. Is it 15 where you are? It's like I'm in a t-shirt and I'm comfortable. I'm not too hot and I'm not too cold. It's just right. It's like, that would be perfect. That's what I would like. Temperate conditions, which is why your girl keeps eyeing Belize, because you can go up into the mountains and be in temperate conditions. 16? I don't even know what it is. Hey, Alexa, what's the temperature in centigrade or whatever you call it, Celsius?
Right now, it's 17 degrees Celsius.
There you go. Okay, Alexa, you can stop. Thank you. It's 17 degrees right now. It's 12 where you are. Good morning, Dave. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. So feel free to share your shows. You know the drill. Share your shows, ask your questions, do the things, whatever you want. You can do. It's all up to you. I do have a poll up, but it's just kind of a fun poll so that people who came in who are wondering the one question, they can just be like, okay, I got the answer, and then they don't have to stick around and listen to me yatter on if they don't want to. I'm a full service system here. Sean is Treasures in Art. Hello, how are you? How did the bass tournament go? Did y'all win? Did you get a really big fish? 17 degrees where you are. You've been snooping Aussie shows. Uh-oh. Start buying from all the Aussies. What's the shipping like from Australia, Mimics, to Canada? Is it like insane in the membrane, or is it pretty good? I'm having tea this morning. Peacock is still here. Here's some tea. I don't have any coffee. I already had my coffee, so that now I'm on decaf tea. It's insane. I thought it would be. It sounds like a lot of fun just to listen to them. But oh, okay. You're welcome. Here's another sip. On the other side, it says taste the rainbow, but I'm left-handed, so you get to see this side. Oh, Shauna's Treasures and Art says we got a 20.28 pound lunker striped bass to be continued on what prize that brings in. 20-pound bass. I mean, I know those are like striped bass, so that's not the same as our bass, but holy Toledo. Who got to pull that one in? We went deep sea fishing and I caught something and it was a tuna. It was a tuna. It wasn't a big ass tuna. It was like a little tuna, but yeah, the biggest over the 2-day term. That's so exciting. That is so much fun. I caught a big one. It wasn't a tournament. It was just tuna. And it was a tuna, but I was fighting so hard. I was like, I just handed it to my husband. I said, you deal with it. Your husband pulled it in. Because back then my strength was like next to nothing because I was still super sick, and I don't even know why I went on the fishing trip. More because of him. He wanted it. Yeah, this tuna was like, it was honking. It was, oh god, I can't show you. It's like, my upper body size. it wasn't big enough, or I don't know. It wasn't in the slot size, so it had to go back in the water. But yeah, that's all. I also caught these fish called grunters when we were deep sea fishing, and they grunt. Items for less. Good morning. Thank you for your kind note. That was very sweet of you. Hello. So I caught a bunch of grunters, and when you take them out of the water, they grunt. That's why they're called grunters. I would like to know why crappie are called crappie. Is it because they're crappy? Because I don't really think they're crappy. But why are they called crappy? Because a grunter is called a grunter because it grunts. Right? Crappie is delicious, yes. And we have pickerel. Speed ticket. Uh-oh. Did you get a speeding ticket? I'm sorry. Because of SpongeBob? SpongeBob SquarePants. Did you know there was a study that said that if you, for every hour that you watch SpongeBob, you lose 1 IQ point? So, yeah. Just be careful. Be careful. Minus 1,000. It's 1 IQ point. And because I read it, and then I looked up from my phone and saw that my step kid was watching SpongeBob at that moment. It does. And I mean, she used to watch a lot of SpongeBob. Not that I'm saying that she's dumb. It's just, I was very worried for her because I was like, there are other things to watch. I think I've had to sit through episodes because of her, and I feel like I also lost IQ in the process. You've seen it all, but mimics you're smart. So you must have offset it with something else. There must be, like, it's just a balance, right? So if you do some like things to build your intelligence and then watch SpongeBob, it's only -1. So you go like up 10 -1. You know what I mean? So it's like you can just moderate your intelligence. You're immune. No, you're a very smart person. You know so much. Plus you're an excellent bingo partner. So Peterborough Thrift, are you in Peterborough today? Do you want a list of places to go in Peterborough? Ashley, are you ready? Are you ready for it? Okay, so in a good circle where you can, so you're coming in from Highway 7. So the first thing you want to do is stop at Nostalgic Journey, which is just outside of Peterborough. Are you getting all this? So you want to go to Nostalgic Journey. It's on the right-hand side as you're coming into Peterborough on Highway 7 before you get to Peterborough. So you want to stop in there. That's an antique market. It's insane. And there's some good deals you can find in there. And then some not so good deals. But anyways, you can go there. And then carry on down the road. And then you want to go on to Lansdowne Street and carry on along Lansdowne Street until you hit where the big mall is. And do I know the name of that street? I think it's High Street. So you want to turn onto High Street. You want to turn at the mall where the mall lights are on Lansdowne. You want to turn down there, and then you're going to go to Vinnie's, which is just down the road. You just follow the road, and before you get to the next set of lights, Vinnie's is on your right. So you want to go to Vinnie's. Now, if you go back to Lansdowne and keep going west on Lansdowne, then you're going to hit Value Village, or as I like to call it, Value Village. It has excellent deals, but it's Value Village prices, so I usually skip that. So then my next stop is to go, so if I'm on High Street, if I'm at Vinnie's, I go back to Lansdowne, I turn right, going east on Lansdowne until I hit George Street. And then I turn left on George Street and take George Street to where the lake is. And right across from the lake is a really cute little mall. It's kind of scuzzy, but it's got Dollarama and it's got a really good thrift store. And that's one of my honey holes. Sometimes there's really great deals. Sometimes there's nothing, but you know, it's worth trying. And then I want you to go back onto George Street, and you're going to and it's going to become Water Street. It forces you because it becomes a one-way street. So you take Water Street and you're going to Water Street to Hunter Street. You're going to turn right on Hunter Street. You're going to go across the Cool Bridge. It's a really pretty bridge. Past the Quaker Oats factory. It's pretty cool. And then on the other side of the river, just past the lights, you're going to turn left into the second Vinnie's location. Okay. And then once you're done that, you're going to head back up, and then you're going to head back up to, so that's the Hunter Street Vinny's location. Stop for a coffee there. Then you're going to go back up to Water Street. You're going to go back on Water Street, and you're going to go along Water Street until you hit Park Hill. And then you're going to go left on Park Hill and then a right onto Shamong. And then you're going to go along Shamong Road until you get to, oh, wait. I think it starts with an M. Anyways, there's a Talese, like you're going to go up a hill, you're going to go a long way. And ignore the little, there's stores that look like they're thrift stores. So you're going to go to the, you turn left, then you turn right at the, like, you know, at the red thing. And then you go to the left thing. And then what you want to do, and then what you want to do is when you get to the, you're going to see Talese. You're going to see signs for Talese. There's going to be a Wendy's and then Talese. It has Talese prices, so I sometimes go in there, but I often don't have good luck. And then right across the street is the Habitat for Humanity Restore. You definitely want to go in there. They have all kinds of stuff. Now, after that, I just want you to type into your GPS Lakefield Restore and go to that Restore. It's about 15 minutes at the most away, and it's amazing. And then also there's a Vinny's in Lakefield, and then that kind of makes you in a circle, and then you can like head along 28 and go back home along 7. There you go. I gave you a circle. You're welcome. You have an hour. Oh, fork. Okay, so then Erskine, the first Vinny's and the honey and the second Vinny's. But the first Vinny's, if you only have an hour, go to the first Vinny's on Erskine. It's the best one. Especially for Canadian pottery. But they have all kinds of stuff. They're the biggest, and they are the best. So Erskine right by the mall. And then the bonus is if you need to go pee, there's don't go into the mall toilet. Upstairs in the super center is a better toilet. You're welcome. This is on YouTube now too. So if you need the directions again, you can watch it on YouTube. Do you have any other locations where you need me to direct you to the right spot? There's just a hole in the back corner. Yeah, so not because most of the places don't have toilets. So knowing where the toilet is very important. Once you get to a certain age, ladies, having a toilet is very important. Boys, you don't understand this because you can just pee into a thing. Chantel says, I hate using public restrooms. Yeah, me too. Now, the one in the mall is very, 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 very pretty. It's very lovely, but it gets a little busy and it can get a little dirty around the lunch hour. But the one upstairs is much better. So depends for the win. I know, mimics, that is also an important thing, just in case, especially if you start sneezing in the middle of or have a coughing fit while you're thrift shopping. Just one of those random coughing fits that has no reason, and it's not like you're contagious or you have allergies or anything, but all of a sudden you start coughing. Those are the fun ones where then you're trying to breathe and people are like looking at you, but they don't, now with COVID, they don't want to come near you to see if you're okay, but it looks like, Dave from Alberta says, casinos always have clean bathrooms and decent food. They want to keep you there. Dave tip. Yes. So there is a casino in one of those slot casinos in Peterborough too. So if you do want cheap food, although Dave, ours isn't very cheap. So there you go. Also, there's a bingo hall that does drag bingo frequently. So, but that's not, you could go to the bingo hall too. Hello, Dee. I love popping into your show during the most random fun chats. Good morning. We are discussing where to go thrifting. I have like routes for everywhere. I have a route for Belleville. I have a route for Trenton. I have all the little spots. I have a route. And I even am working right now because we're going to England. I have a route for all the charity shops in England. Like my poor husband, I'm just going to leave him with his father and I'm going to go thrifting. So covering the most important things. Yes, exactly. Last night's show was a lot of fun. Thanks for everybody who came in to last night's show. I had a lot of fun. If you missed it, it is on YouTube. You can watch it over again. The topic was The many ways to whatnot. So you did that when you had a half day in Chicago. I'm like thinking we have a 4-hour layover in Edinburgh, and I would like to just go and thrift for like, cause it's 30 minutes to get into the middle of Edinburgh from the airport, taking something. I don't know. All I know is it only takes 30 minutes. So I'm thinking I'll leave. Nick doesn't want to leave the airport, so I think I'll just leave him there. Yes, I will even find you the best bathroom. I will. These are the things that are important. East Ender resales. I can't wait to go to Nova Scotia. I have convinced my husband it didn't take much to convince him. I convinced my husband that we will now retire in Nova Scotia or New Brunswick or PEI. So yeah, that was the Scottish. It reminds me of Nova Scotia. That's why, because Scotia, Scotland. But I wanted to be able to go to see where my grandfather was born in Motherwell, but it's much farther distance and there isn't an easy transit system. Like there's a train, and interestingly enough, the train station is right across the street from where they had their bakery. So I could just get off the train, look at it, and then get back on. But I think I'm going to prioritize. Yes, Shauna. Oh my gosh, the houses out, like, look at. I cannot, like, as an Ontario and as a person in Ontario, I do not. It's like it's like look at this. Look at this. $399. $399. 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 2,400 square feet. Built in 1920. Has 6 acres with a barn, and a pony stalls and a fence paddocks and a chicken coop, and it's right on Loch Lomond, which makes me want to sing the song. So like I am like $399. I know. Look at that. Like these pictures. And the inside, like it's my house. Like this is if I could afford it, this is my style. My real style is chaos. But if I could, like, look, I could have a pony. I could have ponies and chickens. I want chickens again. They got chickens. $399. It's not going to be available by the time we're ready to retire, but I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket. Bev says, oh, you're going to St. Andrews in a few weeks, Melody? That's so exciting. Bev says, after our road trip to Nova Scotia, my sister is obsessed with the coast and wants to buy a property there. It's so freaking cheap compared to here. Like, I could sell here and buy 2 of them there. That's just, yeah. It's your first time in the East Coast, Melody? Oh my God, you're going to fall in love. You're totally going to fall in love. Be prepared to fall in love. Halifax is too city. Halifax is very city. You're right, Shauna. We lived just outside of Halifax there for 2 of the years my husband was in law school, my first husband. Yeah, well, no. So in Halifax, either you're in a complete rush. So you either drive like you're trying to be on, what's that movie? Fast and Furious. So you're either fast and furious or you're slow as the snail and you have no idea where you're going and you suddenly will decide to turn left in front of someone, like brake and turn left out of nowhere. Like it's one or the other. It's faster and furious or slow as molasses in winter. You thought of me. But it's David's family is from New Brunswick. Well, there you go. Are they from like Acadian? Because that's exciting if they are. All right. So feel free to ask your question. Cow's ice cream is nummy. Feel free to ask your question and share your shows. We're just chatting this morning. I have to go and they're Irish. Ooh. So they came over with the Irish crew, probably in the 1820s. Eastender has a question. Sorry. Yep. Scrolling. We are house shopping. How far up do I have to go? How far do I have to go, Eastender? Oh my gosh. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Dear Lord above. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera because I'm trying to find it. Okay. Like at the beginning-ish. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, hang on. Please hold at the beginning-ish. Oh, that's too beginning. Wait, questions. Oh, there we go. If I just hit questions. So just so you know that there's a bar at the top that says all buyers questions, and I could have just hit questions and this would have fixed everything. Okay, I had to reload all my inventory after my first show. How did I lose it? I don't want that to happen for my second show this Friday. Okay, so when you were doing your what I call cataloging, because I'm an auctioneer. So when you're doing your cataloging and you hit that plus button, are you doing create a temporary listing or create a quality listing? If you create a temporary listing, after the show ends, anything that didn't sell disappears. So what you want to do is you want to hit create a quality listing, which takes a picture. I think you did that. So if you created a quality listing, then you're going to find it when you hit that in. So if you made quality listings instead of temporary listings and you hit the plus sign, you should be able to go to import from inventory and then go to your inactives, and you should see it in your inactives. I've got a lot of, as you can see, a lot of the test ones that I do as samples for you guys are in inactive. So it's probably it's probably there. If you created a quality listing, it's still there. It's just, yeah. So go to your plus sign, go to your show, go to your plus sign, go to import from inventory, which is this one down here. I'm trying to read backwards. And then you want to click on inactive. Because if you can't find it when you go to active, if active is empty or just has a few things, then it's in your inactives. So just go to your inactives and then you'll be able to boop, 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 boop the ones you want. Boop the ones you want and then import. So I'm not going to boop those in. So pin. So yeah, so that is probably, I think you did do it as quality listings because you had pictures, if I remember correctly. It feels like a million years ago that your show was, but it wasn't that long ago. I can't remember already. So I think you did do quality listings, so it's probably just stuck in inactive. But if you are cataloging your show and you choose temporary listings because it's faster, right? It's faster because you just have to type in the title and the amount and everything. Good morning, Gingers. Good morning, Blue Golf. So, yeah, don't use temporary listings unless you don't care to sell it again. Like if you don't want it still in your inventory, it'll go automatically to inactive if you don't assign it to all shows. So, the one thing, if you've make sure you schedule a bunch of shows ahead of time. And then when you do set up like you're going to do a jacket or something, right? So we're going to create a quality listing for this guy. So what I do is I go to my store, I go to the plus sign, I hit create a quality listing, and then I'm going to take a picture of Brewster. Hello, Brewster. And his tag and his head. Oops, add a photo. Boop. There we go, complete. So I took a picture. Sorry, he's up tall. He's up high. So, and he's going to go into vintage decor. I find the barcode doesn't pull up often. I don't use the barcode, so I don't use the barcode mimics. I tried the barcode that you can use if you have a barcode scanner. You can actually scan. Yeah, the old Avon stuff won't pull up, I'm sure. But if you use a barcode scanner, you can plug those in, and then you can you can do it from your laptop, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we've got Brewster, the beaver. All right, now I'm just going to say this. Vintage, oops. Vintage, made in Canada. The beaver is officially recognized as one of Canada's national symbols. Sought after for its beautiful fur, the beaver was instrumental in the exploration and development of our country. As pioneers settled across Canada, the need for a national police force became apparent and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police was formed. Brewster represents these two important aspects in our Canadian heritage. Brewster is available only in Canada, designed and handcrafted at Littlewood Cottage, Vancouver, BC. There we go. Condition. When one scanned, it pulled up a really ugly picture. Isn't that fabulous? When it like 2007 to 2016. Yeah, I mean, it's just pulling up what the AI is just looking for whatever seems to be make the most sense. All right, we're gonna put Brewster in the buy it now for 15. We're gonna do a flash sale on him. He's gonna be available at full price. Okay, so when you get to this part where it's reserved for live, because you're going to put it in your show. Okay. This is the point I wanted to get to, but I also want to create a quality listing. What I need you to do is I need you to click on reserve for live, and then you're going to click here and see how it pulls up that right now it's just selected this show. Oops. Where am I? There I am. Okay. See how it's selected only this show? What we're going to do is hit deselect, and then we're going to hit select all, and it's going to choose all of my future shows. So Brewster is about to go into this show and every single show I already have booked. So I'm going to hit apply, and then I got to put a shipping profile to this sucker. He's lightweight, but he's going to have to go in a decent sized box. So, and publish. Okay. Hello. Good morning, everyone. So we're publishing it. So now, my suggestion to EastEnders resales is do that, because then when you even if you're just cataloging for one show, if you know that you're going to do it in another show, if it doesn't sell, you're going to put it in the next show. You just deselect all, and then select all, and it'll go into all your future shows. It saves you a lot of time, I find. All right, where is Brewster? Brewster the beaver. There he is. Okay. What I do see beside all my listings is the date of my show in light blue prints. So where should that be? So you do see the date of your future shows in light blue print. That's good. That means that it's in a future show. So it means it is in that show. So what you can do is go to that show and look in the inventory for that show and just make sure everything that you want is in there. What I usually do is I go into the next show. Usually just before I don't have the time right now to go in early, but you want to go in and make sure that everything that you have. The other thing that I would suggest for you, EastEnders resales, is to number your items. Because the one thing that I noticed was that you had a lot of awesome items and you were doing them in alphabetical order, which is fine, except on your rack, they weren't hanging up in alphabetical order. So you had to keep searching for which one. So if you number them, if you just give them numbers, then you don't have to worry about rearranging by alphabetical order. You can just do, so I would say put numbers beside them, and then you can even make little slips of paper or that you can put on the hangers so that each hanger is a different number. You can just tape it on, like literally write it on a Post-it note and tape it on. It doesn't have to be fancy, unless you really want it to be fancy. And then all you need to do is just put, yes, oh, thank you for your purchase. You just sponsored a giveaway. Hang on, let me do that. Thank you so much. Buy now, shop 59. Hang on. Thank you. X. All right. So Buy Now Shop 59 just bought a sponsored giveaway. It's a new thing that I'm doing. So it is for a keychain. So I'm just going to have to edit and add. Why won't you let me edit listing? There we go. All right. Name of seller. So everyone please follow Buy Now Shop 59. I can type, honestly. So because we don't have bloops anymore, I decided this is kind of like blooping, but not. So you buy a black light. There we go. You buy a black light, and you're paying for the shipping and a black light for somebody else too. So you get a black light and somebody else gets a black light. So we're going to run this giveaway. Thank you to Buy Now Shop 59 for sponsoring this. So everyone please follow Buy Now Shop 59 and feel free to tell us all about yourself. Terry, I love you. I got it. Buy Now Shop 59. This is why people do this on their the show notes are in the way. Trying to do it, but the show notes are in the way. Shop 59. There we go. All right, send. Okay. So, and then I've got to run Brewster too. I got to do what I'm supposed to do. Thank you so much, Terry, for that. Brewster. There's Brewster. Okay, Brewster is, and we're going to start a flash sale. So Brewster is on flash sale. If anybody would like, handmade in Vancouver, it's vintage. Brewster the Beaver. Brewster the Beaver, as I throw him around. He's very cute. He's a very cute little decor piece. He's not really a toy. He's a decor piece. And again, thank you to Buy Now Shop 59. Get in on the giveaway. Totally free. You're going to get, hopefully it's international. Did I turn on international? I hope I did. I hope I didn't mess that up. Buy Now Shop 59 has donated to the chat a, I thought it was called Rooster the Beaver. It's Brewster. It's Brewster the Beaver. Okay, so let's go back to this. Sorry to all the people who get multiple. So if there are free resources down below. Someone just had a question, so I'm going to look at that. It won't show me on here, so I'm going to go to here. No, it won't show me that either. Son of a nutcracker. What's going on with my phone today? I just did an update. Is it because I'm running a giveaway or something? It won't let me? Son of a nutcracker. Okay. Hello, Magical A. Okay. Scrolling. Please hold. I will find the question in a second. Thank you for the hearts. What do I do? Do I see data? Yes. Okay. So you should be good. Angie says someone asked how raid trains work. Join, keep it going. Tried to explain. They just tap on 3 dots. Can you help? How raid trains work. Okay. You're still a little confused, Eastender. It should be okay. Just go into your next show and check to see what's already listed. Like go into your show like this and go here and see what's listed. And there's Terry from Dundas, Ontario. She sponsored this giveaway right now. She sells a lot of jewelry, but sell a little bit of everything. She has a jewelry show this Thursday at 5:07 p.m. Eastern. Please follow her and bookmark her show. She is sponsoring a giveaway right now. It's for a free black light, which is good for a lot of things, especially for thrifting, but it's also excellent for scanning for when you go to a bathroom. Check to see if there's any fluids that you don't want to sit on before you touch surfaces. And looking for gemstones too. Yes, they're very good for gemstones. So you can look at gemstones as well. And it's just a little keychain, so it's inconspicuous. So how do raid trains work? So raid trains are a really great way for sellers to collaborate with each other. It's basically a schedule of shows. You all work together to create a schedule of shows where one person starts, and when they're finished, they take all of their viewers to the next show, which is called raiding. And at the end of this show, we're going to raid into another show, because Even if you're not on a raid train, always raid, no matter what. Even if you're by yourself, always raid. So raid trains are basically scheduled shows. People work together to schedule shows, so they go one after the other in whatever time frame. And there are different some raid trains are pretty open. It's just like have a show on this day, like a Memorial Day show, or it could be a Father's Day event, or it could be like the Dainty Lady raid train that just happened. There's comic book ones. There's ones for different categories. There's all kinds. So you just have to find the one that you really like, message the person who's running the raid train, which you can usually find out because a lot of people put their name on the thumbnail. I don't for mine because it's not about me, it's about the community, but that's okay. It's easier to find who's running the raid train. But you can also, if you see someone who's in a raid train, you can always ask them, Pickles! Congratulations, Pickles. You won the giveaway. Thank you again to Buy Now Shop 59. Thank you, Alabama Matthew. It's got chickens on it, so I had to get it. Congratulations to Pickles. Yay. I'm so happy. Okay. So, right, raid trains. So if you're looking for a raid train, the best thing to do is just go search and type in raid train and see what type of raid trains there are in your category or in a category that you could sell in. It's raid trains are a really great way to like introduce yourself to new categories too. So if you're thinking, I want to start doing comic books, do a comic book show yourself so that you get the feel for it, and then join a comic book raid train because you are guaranteed to have comic book people who are going to follow the seller before you into your show, and you're going to have a captive audience of people who love comic books. So it's not like if you're normally a vintage decor person, your vintage decor people may not be interested in comic books. So you haven't built up that following yet for comic books. But if you join a comic book raid train, all the people who are watching shows on that comic book raid train are comic book people, and normally it's a comic book seller that's before you. In fact, a lot of raid train signups, you can actually look and see which spots are open, and you can see, oh, this person is before me, they're a big seller and they do really well in comic books. I'm going to go after them because their people are going to come into me. Good morning, Team Goofy. Thank you again for your sponsoring of the chat. Yesterday, we gave away an encouragement card because you had done a bloop earlier, a gift to chat with your little spooky things. So we did one last night and it was Brody. Brody won. So thank you again. Everyone follow Team Goofy and everyone follow wonderful Terry Buy Now Shop 59 who sponsored that last giveaway for a black light. So Terry's getting a black light and so is Pickles. I love it. Yes, strategic slots. So when you look at a raid train, so sometimes I'll say, I think I'm going to go after one of my friends, or I often will pick, if I think I can bring in a crowd to my show and help the seller after me, I will go before like a new seller. I'm strategic in like the opposite way. I'm not thinking about my sales. I'm thinking more about helping other people, but that's just me. So, but if you're looking to build your audience and you're in a category that you're not familiar with, be strategic about where you pick your time. So that you get, thank you, Alabama Matthew. So that's one suggestion I have for raid trains is look and see who's on the raid train. And if there's an open spot after them, pick that spot. If you don't think you can handle those folks, like make sure if you don't know that seller already, you might not be their vibe, right? So one of the things that that's really important too is to get to know the person that's ahead of you. If you don't already, especially if you're going into a different category, you're not going to know that vibe. Mimics is awesome. Usually signs up last minute and fills a gap, which is another really sweet thing to do is to help out raid train conductors. If you see that someone's running a raid train and you don't want to pick a spot yet, but you are available that day if they need you, message them and let them know that, hey, put me on your wait list if you have any problems. Because 100% of the time, there is some issue and someone has to drop out. And this month we had way more dropouts than usual. I think it's just because it was the Memorial Day weekend, and things happen, life happens, family happens, and family. As far as I'm concerned, as a raid train conductor, your personal health, your family, your job come first. Um, whatnot is not up on that list. So I am very forgiving when people have to drop out because of personal situations. Team Goofy says, how do I get into a raid train? So yeah, Buy Now Shop 59 says, I like how you jumped in and did your game show. Yeah, I do. That's been my go-to thing for like 2 years now, almost 2 years, because August will be the second anniversary of Thrift to Gift. Is I will just, if I don't have anything to sell or I really don't have time to be shipping, I will do a trivia show. It's fun. It's silly. I've got my little, yeah, just do the trip. Like, and I have a box. Whenever I get trivia games in box slots, I just keep the cards. So I have, I have so many. So Team Goofy asks, how do I get into a raid train? So to find a raid train that you're interested in, look around on Whatnot, see what you like, and then message the person who's running the raid train. And if you're not sure who's running the raid train, message someone that's going to be in the raid train and say, hi, I noticed that you're doing this raid train show next month or this week. It looks really interesting. Can you tell me who the conductor is, who's running the raid train? It's ask who's running the raid train, because not everyone calls them conductors. That's the best way. And then message that person and say, I see you're doing this really great raid train. Can I get more information? Now, there's a bunch of people who have raid train, like websites with raid train listings, but it's really category specific. OMGYG used to have a page, but she decided that was taking up a lot too much of her time. And so she backed out from that. So I really just recommend the easiest thing to do is just go to search on Whatnot, put in raid train, and you're going to come up with all kinds. And then you can filter them by the categories you're interested in. So if you want to do a comic book raid train, then search for shows that are already booked with the word raid train in the comic book category, and you'll be amazed at what you find. And I really highly recommend that if you are looking to do different categories, but you don't want to go jump, like you want to do comic books, but you don't want to jump in straight away into the comic book raid train, because some of them are huge. Like some of them are, you need to know what you're doing for sure before you join those raid trains. Is go into a cross category raid train. All of my raid trains are cross category because I believe that's a really great way to get yourself known. But my raid trains are not big, ginormous, hundreds of people watching raid trains. They are chill, relax, a bunch of people who are collaborating together to do a really fun day. A lot of people on Whatnot just do raid trains. The only shows they do are raid train shows because they enjoy the collaboration and the networking, and they enjoy meeting new people because every time it's a different person who raids into you. And they just love how relaxed it is and not so intense. Some raid trains are like, they're intense. There's like high expectations. So make sure to, before you sign up for a raid train, read all of the rules and guidelines that the raid train conductor has put on. And if you don't agree with any single one of those guidelines, do not sign up for that raid train, because you're going to have to follow those rules. And if you're not willing to follow those rules, then don't sign up for that raid train, find a different raid train. Or if when you read the rules, the vibe seems off to you and you don't like the vibe, move on to another raid train. There are so many raid trains, so many raid trains. When I first started on Whatnot, there were not a lot of raid trains. There were raid trains, but there weren't a ton of them. And now everybody's running a raid train. And I think that's great. I think that's really great. Angie's This and That runs a really great raid train. It's a family fashion raid train. So you can message Angie's This and That. She does that monthly. I have Thrifty Gift 5 on the 5th and True North Strong. So you can always message me too. And Angie says, you meet a lot of great sellers and buyers on raid trains. Pickles, what did you buy? Oh, what fun. Oh, you bought the ducking grate. Isn't that cute? I love it. It's so cute. So where was I? Right. Okay, so I think that's, oh yes, and Vintiquity, Angela Ashley, sometimes thrifting with ADHD helps out on raid trains, but she's quite busy. She has a lot of things on the go. She has some really cool stuff she's designed. Her Etsy store is amazing. Okay, any other, let me see, any other questions? I think I got all the questions. Okay, we've caught up. Woohoo! All right, so I need to go soon to the antique market and do some auction stuff for the auction. So I'm gonna we're gonna look for someone to raid early. So this is the time. I'm gonna ask you, please tell us where you're from and what you sell, so we can follow each other. And I'll start off. I'm Kim. I'm the Red Rooster. I sell just about everything. I'm an auctioneer. I love Whatnot. And yeah, I live in Hastings, Ontario, just outside of Hastings, Ontario, on the Trent River. Okay, and I'm going to look for someone to raid while you guys are introducing yourself. Holy cow, Goliath is still on. Does he ever sleep? Loungefly. First, the Friday, Retro Dexter. Movies. Oh. Oh. Wow. Wow. Okay, 1.3K. Who else is on? Buddha's Card Shop. Oh, Buddha's Card Shop's on. Who else do we have? There are so many. What I wish that I had a way of having this so it only showed me Canadians. That would be lovely. All right, this guy's new. We're gonna go to Winnipeg to a new seller. Oh, not so new. 352 items sold, but either way. There we go. Urban City sells and Urban City sells and Poppy Vale Unique. Okay. We'll go to Australia. You want to go to Australia? We'll go to Australia. Bev Tay says, I'm a buyer now and eventually will be a seller. Yay! Thank you, Pickles, for your purchase. From Timmins, Ontario. I love it. Don't forget to use your coupons, Pickles. Use up all those coupons. And oopsie daisies. Sandra, East Ender Resales. Sandra from New Brunswick selling clothes, ladies, menswear, collectibles. Very new seller. Second show on Friday. First show was great. You don't know if they're live. Let's see. How do I just look for? Let's see if I can find someone in Australia this way. No one on in Australia. No one's on in Australia that way. Okay, no problem. But follow and bookmark, they were live earlier. Oh, it's late. That's true. What are the coupons monthly now? Coupons monthly? Or you mean the coupons up here? So the rewards club is currently active. Who did I say I was going to raid into? I got distracted. Randy. I even remember Randy from Manitoba. So the rewards club, if I can get into my show again, there we go. The rewards club up here. There's my rewards club. They don't reset monthly. This season started, it's every 3 months. So this season ends on June 2nd. So everybody use up their coupons by next week. And then it'll be, I have to do this all over again. So that means quarterly. Thank you. Yeah. So every 3 months. So let's see what it says here. Yeah. So there's a learn more button. So you can actually read all about it. It'll take you to the Whatnot website. But yeah, so it's every 3 months. So that means if you already have Rewards Club, you're going to have to set up your Rewards Club on June 2nd. So on June 1st, I think June 1st is a Sunday. So on June 2nd, I will talk about Rewards Club. setting up your next session of Rewards Club. I'll have to do that. East Ender Resells, thank you for the tip. You were so sweet. No, sorry. Don't say sorry. Okay. Oh, I have to end the poll. Here we go. Who won? 91% of you are happy there's a strike, and others of you had questions, but I'm sure you asked them. So let me make sure that I haven't missed anybody. Sandra from New Brunswick. Angie, I'm Angie from Listowel, Ontario. I sell books, home goods, fashion, and more. Clearing thrift shop stock. Yes. That's so exciting. Okay. All right. Here we go. We are going to go right into, you can still ask me questions because you know it takes me a while to get this done. We're going to go right into a relatively new seller. He's from Manitoba. He's new to me. He's in Manitoba, and it's just kind of good to like go around. There's Mimics, sells gems and silver and jewelry in Toronto, so follow. And the Thrifty Fox Shop has a show tonight, Vintage Variety. Ooh, what time? Oh, there you go. You answered it. You were typing it. 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Awesome. So that's 2 hours away. So 7:30. Listen to me. 7:30 p.m. Awesome. So 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Mountain Time, 4:30 Pacific Time. Go check out the Thrifty Fox Shop. All right. So I love you guys so much. Let's go to Manitoba. He's doing a surprise set. Hopefully he's doing it right. We can talk about that another day. Surprise sets are fun, but you need to do them right. And he's doing Pokemon cards. So let's just go hang out and say hi, throw up some Canadian flags, show him some love, and then you can go on with your day. Thank you, Pickles, for your purchase. Do you want me to like hold on for a few more seconds? All right. I love you guys so much. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm not going to do a show today. We're going to see you tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat channel. Love you guys